Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been so absolutely long. I'm so sorry. It's been forever since I've talked to you guys, but I'm back and I'm better than ever. I will have an update video for you guys soon, so be sure to watch out for that. Oh my gosh, guys, I am coming back with a banger, like an absolute ingenious, groundbreaking topic to tell you guys today. Thank you so much for being patient with me. I know 6 months is a bit more than patience. Again, I'm sorry, but there's no excuse. It's been 6 months. What can you say at that point? Nothing. Do you even get an apology? Do I even owe you an apology at that point, or do we just ignore it and move on? I'm considering the latter, but it's up to you. If you feel like you need an apology, then I'm sure I will give you one sooner or later. Dude, like, I haven't filmed a video in so long, I forgot how to actually look at the camera. I keep looking at myself. So you guys are gonna have to just vibe with me and roll with me with this one. I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. But can you tell, like, I'm been, like, super amazing, so much better now, but whatever. That's another thing, that's in the update, whatever. Guys, I have something so great to talk to you about, and this is something that I came up with by myself, by my lonesome. It was a straight download from the heavens, from the cosmos, etc. And this is about the present adjacent. What the fuck is that? You might be asking me, guys, but Jesus Christ. Literally, I'm about to tell you all about it, so listen up. But before we get into this video, you guys already know I need you to click that like button. I need you to click subscribe, especially since you're new. If you're new here and you're just like, what the fuck, this girl hasn't posted in 6 months and she's already coming back with such a banger. Absolutely click subscribe, because there'll be more bangers. And guys, I have so much coming. I have your update video, of course. I have the dream journal, another episode of that, and just so much going on. And I have so many ideas, and I am willing to share them with you now that I am back from my 6-month break, but that's besides the point. Anyways, so the moment that you've all been waiting for, let's get into the video. If you're constantly trying to do something instead of actually doing something, you're living in the present adjacent. And this is something that my clients and even I have had issues with when it comes to manifesting your dream life. See, the present adjacent is a term that I came up with that describes something in language studies called the present subjunctive. And the present subjunctive is pretty much something that takes place in the present but isn't actually happening. This is a major problem that I see when it comes to my clients and everything that they have going on. And if you didn't know, I am a spiritual advisor. I focus on lifestyle and purpose, and I teach women how to live their most empowered and visionary life by using my signature method, the death cycle, which is something, again, that I will go on about in another video. But there's a blog post about it if you want to see it, or if you want to read about it, go ahead and do it. It's in the description, as always. I have many programs that focus on a transformation or of some aspect of one's life, but my Revive the Vision program is one that targets all aspects of the life, to where my client is usually living their dream life at the end of it. See, the present adjacent really acts up in my Revive the Vision program because okay, so my clients are focusing on bringing in their dream lives, and to do that, so they actually have to become their ideal selves as well. And what happens when a client is living in the present adjacent is they end up focusing too much on the end goal instead of the actual transformation. So take the phrase "I'm trying to," for instance. We find ourselves trying to do things quite a lot, but when this phrase pops up, we are usually never actually doing those things. This is different from a lack-based or victim-based mentality, because you actually are holding yourself accountable and doing the actions to bring your desires to you, but you're approaching it from the wrong end. You see your goal only in its end state and not what it is when you're actively completing it. So, for example, let's say that you want to eat a cake, right? People who live in the present adjacent will be like, damn, I really want to eat this cake. Oh my god, hold on. Stick with me, guys, stick with me. People who live in the present adjacent will focus on only eating the cake instead of actually getting the cake. So in this, you would lose your patience, get frustrated, and see your craving as something pretty much unattainable. But if you're living in the true present, the actual present, you know that you would either have to bake the cake or go to the store to get the fucking cake. If you wanted to eat it. You see the difference? So, of course, how do you know that you're living in the present adjacent? And that can boil down to actually 3 feelings that you feel. And that is frustration, exhaustion, and impatience. These 3 feelings are amplified in the present adjacent because we are working towards our end goal instead of the actual next step that we have to take to achieve our end goal. This causes us to not see our desired results and feel as though we're working towards nothing. Our hope gets diminished, our spirit gets crushed, and we are so determined to the point where we move through our burnout. The present adjacent is a tricky thing to get out of because we actually think we're working and living in the present, but in reality, we're not. The present adjacent is a result of future heavy thinking with present heavy action. And so when we live in the future but work in the present, we go the wrong way to get things done. So how do we stop this from happening? The solution is almost simple. We have to actually, first step, identify that it's happening. And like I said previously, you can identify the present adjacent by listening to your feelings as you're trying to work on what you desire. Now, mindfulness is a great tool for this. And I know if you're a client of mine, you're tired of me saying do mindfulness, practice mindfulness. You hear it every single time I'm on a call with you. I promise you, I'm never gonna shut up about it, so you can get over it, because you know it works. You know that it's the basis for like pretty much everything in this program, in my program, Revive the Vision. You know that it's pretty much the basis in changing everything, being mindful that it's actually happening and not ignorant to it, not, turning a blind eye to it, actually actively holding yourself accountable and identifying that that's the source. You know that it works, so get over it. I'm talking about it till the day that I fucking die, okay? The truth is that actually paying attention to yourself and your environment, it tells you everything that you need to know to fix it, right? It could even tell you the trigger for it. How incredible is that? Another way to bring these issues to light is by journaling. Simply just start writing about anything and see where your mind takes you. Usually we can find answers that we seek hidden beneath the clutter of the words in our brain. Everyone does it. If you are especially like a reading and writing learner, then you know that this is for you specifically, because it brings out everything, everything about who you are and how your brain works. So journaling, if you are a reading and writing learner, absolutely do it. The second step into stopping the present adjacent would be to break your big goal down into smaller goals. In the present adjacent, we work towards our big goal and our big goal only. So this creates setbacks, blocks, and loss of hope, and we don't want that at all. We want to actually get rid of that and feel that hope, and bringing it down into smaller segments, breaking our big goal down into smaller segments actually gives us dopamine, because we can actually see ourselves completing it and getting closer and closer to it, and it gives us motivation, right? So instead, we want you to break your big goal down into smaller goals that you can complete every day or every week, and just keep it at that simple, right? Now, the third step would be to trust in yourself and in the divine. When you trust in yourself and your skill, you know that you can make anything you want happen. Trusting in yourself actually gives, like, when you trust in yourself, you're actually giving yourself permission. And giving yourself permission is probably the first ever thing that you can do. Um, and that only happens when you actually believe in yourself, you know your self-worth, and you're just like, okay, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. So definitely trust in yourself. And trusting in the divine gives you complete reassurance. It gives you hope and certainty that it's actually coming in, and since you ask the divine for help, it's going to be perfect for you. When there is lack of trust, the work is actually one-sided. So let's say you don't trust in the divine, you're doing all the work and you're losing hope. That's probably the worst thing that you can do. You're losing hope. You start to not actually believe in yourself because you have such a terrible workload. It's just not good at all. When you trust too much in the divine and you don't trust yourself, it shows the divine that you don't actually want this. You're not actually working towards it because you're just like, okay, yeah, it's just gonna come whenever it comes. No, baby, it's the inner and outer work that gets things done. So here are the major takeaways. The present adjacent is where we are when we are living in a reality that isn't actually happening, to say the least. But we are still actively working on and manifesting our goals. You know that you're living in this type of reality by feeling three things: impatience, exhaustion, and frustration. To stop this from happening, you need to do three things. You need to identify that it's happening and why it's happening. You need to break down your goals into smaller goals, and you need to trust in yourself and the divine. I really hope this helps, especially if you're manifesting something as big as your dream life. If you want extra support in achieving your dream life, you can join my Revive Vision program and book a discovery call with me. If you just want support in general, you can follow me on Instagram or join my Facebook group. It's called the Seraph Society, and listen to my podcast. Oh my god, I have a podcast, guys. It's called Job Sessions, and we talk about all the cosmic secrets and our innate spiritual gifts and how we use them to elevate the collective consciousness. And yeah, you should go check it out. Everything I mentioned and more will be down in the description. Thank you so much for watching. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed watching, you should subscribe and hit the like button for the algorithm and help me out. I'd greatly appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. I love every single one of you. Okay, bye.